Periscope.
Awesome, man.
YouTube
I fucking love Periscope.
Periscope's the shit.
Thank you. Send me super hearts, everyone. Come on, man. I'll take off my shirt. I guess I'll do that private chat. I don't know.
I think you'll get us banned.
That will never fucking happen.
Periscope.
I'm sorry about that. Fuck, man. I'm going to get banned from Periscope.
Yeah, Periscope bans people. Oh, not Periscope. Twitch. Twitch is the one. Like, there was all these incidents of like female gamers fucking going topless and stuff. And getting banned immediately.
Yeah. I was looking at Iggy Pop, man. I'll do the Little Caesars thing. You know, I'll go up against that lady that sings guitar over at the Santa Monica Pier. I don't know. She's like one of the big ones, man. I check out the roast battle too, man. That's pretty awesome. See it live.
I've never been
as it happens.
Roast. Huh? I've never been a big roast battle fan. I don't
know. You know what? I got really strangely addicted to it, man.
Oh, really?
It's the only thing I fucking watch, man. I don't watch America's Most Wanted or fucking Modern Family or Rick and Morty. I watch that. That's all I watch, man. That's the only thing. I do that, and I play the game Fortnite.
Right. I think we are live now on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Let's scoot over a little bit here.
You know what? Facebook, up. Twitch, all them. They're like the network channels now. You know.
Yeah, no, especially Twitch. Mainly gaming, obviously. Do you ever think about live game? Oh, by the way, everybody, welcome to the Fourth Wall After Hours podcast.
Yeah.
My name is Travis Clyburn, as always, and of course
Chris,
we're joined by.
I just did laundry. So
we're joined by Chris Fumagalli, everybody.
Thank you.
Joe Menente's roommate.
Yep.
The legendary owner of Fourth Wall.
Yep.
You live in the same room I lived in 5.5 years ago.
That's
Mr.
awesome,
F.
man.
And I know, small world. Small world, Mr. F.
I still smell you there, man.
I know, dude, it's impossible not to. My musk lingers. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, Chris?
Well, I'm really interested in the OMAD diet that you do. 1 meal a day, man. That's fucking willpower, man.
Dude, it's powerful. It's become a lot harder, especially with doing the moving job and stuff like that. For anyone who doesn't know, I do intermittent fasting, but I do a version of it called OMAD, which stands for 1 meal a day. And it's basically eat 1 2,000 calorie meal. You take a big gorilla poop, and then you go about your day. It's basically how that
You know what? Because I did moving for a while, and that basically
you worked for Joe's too, right?
Yeah, I worked for Color Time for a little bit while I was doing radio, of all things, man. I was doing radio overnight, and then I worked at Color Time during the day, man.
No shit.
Yeah, it was like fucking 12 hours, man. That was like fucking 20 some odd years ago. That's how fucking hard I wanted, to be famous. And now, you know what? I got everything that I want, man. I get to perform wherever I want, and I pretty much say whatever I want now, man.
That is true.
I'm really, I've kind of reached a kind of zen. Everybody is all like, oh, I got to do that. You know what? I wear shitty clothes, everyone. That's basically it. This is me, man. If I ever go on Conan, I want Conan to say, wear better fucking clothes, man. I'll put you on, but for the love of God, dress better. That's why I did laundry, everyone. I am very concerned about my hygiene, everyone. So
it's true. It's Chris.
We got a living room show tomorrow, man.
Yeah, you're doing I'm actually not doing the living room show. Okay. I'm doing the Dog Days of Summer at Brett Eby's. Shout out to Brett Eby. I'm doing his house party show. I'm doing another house show. This one's actually in a garage in a backyard while you're doing the living room show at Joe Menente. So we're doing.
It's been a couple months since we did it. Yeah,
it's been a long time. I don't think you guys have done a house show in almost 6 months.
Yeah, it was like March. I think it was March.
Oh shit, even longer than that.
I went to the Arcade Expo, man, and the day before, what was it? Luke sent me a bunch of pictures. So when I was with my friend over at the Arcade Expo, man, I looked at all the pictures that I got, man.
Oh, nice. Well,
thank you so much, Luke. Really, man, that means a lot, man.
Oh, Luke Allen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Luke Allen interrupted the podcast a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah.
So the audience is familiar with him, at least a little bit. Luke Allen has an amazing camera. He's got a lens that's so big, I think he is a stalker. Like, that's how big the lens is on that fucking camera.
You know what? You really got to have good quality stuff, man. People aren't going to, you know what? I'm not going to fucking waste your time, folks. I mean, I've got a couple of things. I got an agenda. Believe it? Tonight, Joe Kelly, the guy that I did Clown Motel with, he did the premiere, man. He's saying it's September 29th.
Yeah.
And it's going to be at a theater that's at 251 South Main on September 29th, which is a Saturday. So you guys are more than welcome to come down and check out Clown Motel.
Clown Motel, and okay, now you gotta elaborate on this Clown Motel magic that you're doing here.
Yeah,
you play the guy are you essentially the villain?
Yeah. What is it? I'm the antagonist. I'm the guy that causes everything, man.
Interesting. Okay, so you would think in a movie like that, the clowns are the evil doers, but is that not the case? Are the clowns the good guys? I'm very confused.
Because I talked about this on stage, but basically, I play a drunk guy, and I talk about on stage how I look like a drunk guy because I my head's up there sometimes. But, so anyway. I owe this family money. They send the kids after me, and then what I do is that I show them where the clowns mine the gold to live at the Clown Motel, and
the clowns mine the gold. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
You said that line to me a few times. I don't. Why are the clowns mining gold?
Well, that's how they live. I guess they use that gold to live there at the Clown Motel. So anyway. I show them where the gold is, and there's a clown in there. I wind up killing the clown, and then I convince the kids to burn down the Clown Motel. And then I burn it down with them, and I have this maniacal laugh, and then that's it. That's pretty much my part.
That's your part. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they ever get back at you? Do the clowns
what
murder
happens
you in
is they have a group that goes in there, and they meet by mistake pretty much, and then they kind of all the horror happens after that. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's it.
Gotcha. So you're basically just in the beginning. To kick off the clown.
Yeah,
stuff.
The kind of I basically tell the story. It's my actions that lead to why everything goes haywire later on. And
then tell the people when the premiere of this Clown Motel.
September 29th. It's at the theater there, 251 South Main in Los Angeles.
Is it
Saturday.
Downtown?
Yeah, it's downtown. I think he was saying the red carpet was going to be like around 4:30 or whatever. So just show up, man. Just have fun.
Cool. Is this your first movie you've ever done?
You know what? I did like a small clip with Ian Russo. Within like the first 2 months I got here and stuff. Joe actually said that he saw it. He says, "Man, you did all right." Okay, so
no shit. What was it? What'd you do?
It was called what was it? One of Us or something like that, and we were playing an improv group, and I was the captain of it, and I was supposed to tell Ian to go after this girl, and that's what happened. There was a bar scene. He talks to her, and she gets warmed up by it, and
okay. So I'm amazed you made anything believable about Ian Russo actually hitting on a girl.
Yeah, exactly. But it was like we all did it. It was like a real nice scene. I kind of got an idea. We were trying to make it SAG eligible, and then it just, it didn't go anywhere. So,
that's the story of most things in LA, unfortunately.
And you know what? The only other audition that I had, everyone, was when I actually first came into town. And
how long ago was that?
That was in like June of 16. And what happened was that I went to this studio. And they were reading a part, and the character was like a man in his 40s with a coat, and I had all that stuff, and I said, "Well, fuck it, I'll give it a shot." I just walked on and did it. I mean, I didn't even know it was going to happen. It was just like stupid luck. And the scene was that I guess I was overlooking some kid, but the guy was making snide comments about things. He was like, "Hey, check out the turd cutter on that one," or something. That was one of the lines from
was he like catcalling essentially?
Yeah, and then what happened was that there was this girl there. I don't know, maybe it was some pageant or talent contest, and he's like, makes her sad, and he takes away her Pepsi because she spills it or something like that, and then he makes a snide comic, and she cries or whatever. So I was like, there was probably about like 20 people there auditioning for that one deal.
That's usually how that goes. Yeah. Especially, were they a bunch of dudes that look like you? Is that why you kind of
No, it was all different walks, man. Really? Everybody, man.
So it was just they wanted someone in their 40s with a coat?
Yeah, and just that could be sarcastic, maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I got that experience too, man. So
we got a comment from Wiley Vyers. Wiley Q. What the hell is your middle name? I didn't know your middle initial was Q. Wiley. What is your opinion on the statement that the Truffle Shuffle is the most epic dance move of all time? Are you familiar with the Truffle Shuffle? Goonies, remember? They told Chunk to do the Truffle Shuffle. And then it's basically
you know what?
one of those deals. I actually I have PTSD when it comes to the Truffle Shuffle, Wiley, because when I was in my band, Agony Is, if any of you guys remember that, I was a chunky little fucking kid on stage, and I had the voice of a fucking 30, 40-year-old man, right? I got this deep fucking growl that I could do on stage. But then every time someone would see me on stage, I would always get the heckle, do the Truffle Shuffle! So every time I hear that, I want to choke out people. But no, I do think it is a hell of a dance move, Wiley. Is it the most epic of all time? I don't agree with that.
You know, when I think of the Goonies, I think of like some of the people that were in it, but I had the Mad magazine. I never saw the movie when it actually came out. I was like 13, 14. Yeah. I saw that year, I saw like the Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom one, and that one was okay. And,
is that one? What, you mean the movie in general?
Yeah. Well, I mean, during that time when that movie came out, I never got a shot to really see that one in particular.
Oh, okay.
You know, I wound up seeing Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks. So it was pretty funny.
I haven't seen that one.
Has Tawny Katane in it, man, who's the chick from Whitesnake, man. Oh, man.
No, I'm familiar with her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think your references are a little bit older than mine.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. I'm fucking old, everyone, man.
How old are you, Chris F.?
I'm 47 now.
47.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. Well, the thing with the Goonies, I remember from the Mad magazine, was that there was some scene in it, and then they all had like cans of Pepsi, like they were all shelling stuff, you know. So I got the impression that when you were watching the Goonies, that they were trying to sell crap to you. So I probably
mainly to fund the movie. I mean, let's one of the most obvious product placement movies of all time, I think, is I, Robot with Will Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that movie, like he puts on fucking Chuck Taylors, and he wears there's like Sony everything everywhere, and he's very conveniently drinking a Coke, I believe, or maybe a Pepsi. I can't really remember. Yeah. But yeah, that one is one of the. I kind of get why they have to do that with big budget movies like that, because like that's really fucking expensive to make.
Oh no, I agree.
If the theater doesn't believe in it, then but it does suck that they have to bend to the corporate will. And put bullshit like that in movies. Oh, we got a question here. Did you film the clown movie at the Haunted Clown Motel in Nevada?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah, we went up to Tonopah.
Oh, there you go, Tonopah. Huh?
Yeah. What happened was
Very cool.
You know, because I had a license here, and he was bringing people out of town. So I met people who were flying from like New York and other parts of the U.S.
No shit. Did you drive out there?
Yeah, we picked up a van there in LAX, and then I took about probably like 10 or 15, about maybe 10 people. Ari Lehman was with me. He's the guy that plays the main clown leader, but he was the guy from Friday the 13th.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, and the same guy that asked, that's Biscuit Corwin, a.k.a. Chris Corwin, or a.k.a. Biscuit, technically, says he loved Bachelor Party. Thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, man. I meant the whole scene with the guy that was wanting Tawny Katane and like some of the crap that he did. I meant Barry Diamond was in it. So when I came to L.A. the first time back in '92, he was actually one of the performers I'd see over at the original room. Yeah.
Oh, then Wiley asked, what about the Carlton? The Carlton, I feel, is superior to the Truffle Shuffle. But how many times have you been here in L.A.? Like back and forth, like, because you said you came back in 2016, right?
Yeah, I guess technically it'd be like 3 times, man.
Oh, nice.
I mean, you know,
that's usually how it goes for a lot of people.
I popped in '91 for about probably 6 months or so, and then
I mean, obviously, LA's different from just when I first came here like 5 fucking years ago, let alone '91. I can't imagine how different it is.
Well, it seemed like everything kind of revolved more around the LA Weekly if you wanted to kind of perform at places. So that was kind of like the equivalent of like the Comedy Bureau if you wanted to find places.
Okay.
And it seemed like
LA Weekly was actually like a newspaper, right?
It was thick, man. It'd probably be like 150 pages, 200 pages thick sometimes.
Oh, well, so if you wanted to get your open mic in to the LA Weekly, did you have to take out an ad and stuff like that? Or?
I don't know that process back then. I just, would go through, and then they'd show everything that was happening, man. It almost seemed a lot more vibrant when you can actually physically hold it and stuff. They used to have this LA Reader one, And I remember saving a cover of one from like 93, 94. And it said, the world's going to end in 5 years. Do you have enough film in your camera? And it shows the world and shows the fucking flames and stuff. That was probably one of the favorite ones that I had from that magazine.
That's pretty fantastic. Okay, Biscuit again says the donkey scene. Does that ring a bell from the Bachelor Party? Or from Bachelor Party?
Oh, fuck. The donkey scene?
What happens during the donkey scene, Chris? I'd like to know.
I think they feed it too much drugs and it dies.
Did they kill a donkey with drugs? That's a fucking way to go as a donkey, right?
Yeah, because one of the girls wound up taking on like a whole bunch of Japanese businessmen. The geeky guy for Tom Hanks wound up hooking up with a transvestite, and then when the police were arresting them all, they handcuffed to him and stuff.
Yeah.
What was it? Tom Hanks and the blonde guy and Tawny Katane, they kind of almost run through like this kind of Blazing Saddles thing. They go from like they go. I think at one time they're in the movie.
Yep, they do kill the donkey with drugs.
Yeah. The movie theater is playing like a scene, and Tom Hanks and the two other people, they're playing out the same scene that they're seeing on the movie screen, and some guy's got like his 3D glasses and going, "Oh man, this is so exciting!" And stuff.
Oh, word. Okay.
And then at the end, they get married and stuff. So.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to check out this Bachelor Party movie.
Yeah,
I
got to see
I'm a big
that.
Tom Hanks fan.
Yeah,
too.
it was one of not like the first art film that I saw, but it was a pretty, kind of more mature Porky's /
I'm also unfamiliar with. I know what Porky's is, but I never saw Porky's.
Man, you should say,
Hi,
I'm Polly the penis, and I just love.
I heard it was a pretty ahead of its time, filthy movie.
I'm sorry about that impression. I apologize. Please forgive me, man.
Also, I got to comment. Chris F goes full 2-liter Mountain Dew. Fucking, you go hard on the Mountain Dew.
This will be my sponsor, man.
I had a Diet Coke yesterday. I've got some fucking 7-Eleven water today.
Yeah, I mean,
Kim
Cattrall was in that, man. She played Lassie.
Kim Cattrall played Lassie. That I don't know.
Well, the character, she was like one of the like cheerleader teachers or something like that, and one of the coaches winds up messing around with her in the laundry room of the high school.
Oh.
And they said, they call her Lassie, and the reason why she's like, like that, and it's screaming all throughout the high school gym, and the guys playing basketball are trying to concentrate when they know that someone's having sex. But it was a very compared to like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, man, I really enjoyed that. That was a film that I could probably watch again and still enjoy it just like I did when I was like 11, 12 years old, something like that.
What does Screamer mean to you? Chris Corman just put.
Oh, I don't know about Screamer.
Screamer? Well, Chris, you're going to have to elaborate.
You got to expand on that, man.
Your one word, it seems very ominous. I'm not quite sure what that means.
Well,
I'm glad we settled the Truffle Shuffle Carlton debate, though. That has been laid to rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're here again. Anyone just tuning in live, I'm here with Chris Fumagalli, everybody.
Yeah.
Best last name in comedy, I must say.
Oh,
it is a good. Is it Italian? Is it an Italian?
Yeah,
name?
it's Italian. It means rooster. So.
Really, Fumagalli means rooster?
Yeah, smoked rooster. So
a smoked
I'm
rooster.
The smoking cock. So.
This fucking Fumagalli over here.
Yeah.
It does sound like a swear word in a way.
Yeah. Well, I just try to keep it simple with everyone, man. Just say Chris F. So.
That's fair. That's fair. Kim Cattrall was called the Screamer.
Yeah, I meant she was very attractive. I didn't see, I never saw a mannequin, so it was like I was a hardcore Kim Cattrall. But she's a very stunning woman. I like that look. She pretty hot.
I can't recall for the. I'm going to Google Kim Cattrall right now so I can have some sort of context for what you guys are talking about, because I don't know.
Yeah, well, I was gonna. Yeah, I've been listening to some new music too. Champagne from Five Finger Death Punch. And
I like me some Five Finger. I've seen them live almost on accident 3 times.
You know what? When I was checking out the lyrics to it, man, he just talks about how he hates certain things, but you know what? He got what he wanted. Kind of, and it resonated with me because I kind of do some of the things. I don't fucking like going to open mics sometimes. I saw a guy have a canatonic meltdown this week, folks. I mean,
was that? I don't want to say any names here on the podcast.
No,
but
that's okay.
He had like low blood sugar, right?
Yeah,
was it his fucking deal?
Yeah, but it happened. roads, and it is like, you know what?
It's crazy.
If there was a guy named Dave Kinney a long time ago, back when they were doing the MTV half-hour comedy hour.
Yeah,
they had a showcase going on at Indian Rocks Beach in Florida. So there was a lot of comics that I knew from Central Florida, and this guy named Dave Kinney came up to me and said, "Well, you know, if you're not having fun, don't do it."
That's a good point.
So yeah, I mean, there's been times, and honestly, man, I've probably gone to about 3 or 4 places where when I got there, I was like, you know what, I just don't feel right. I need to leave, and then I just leave.
That's fair.
You know what?
Yeah. I have that experience a lot. I'm not a big fan of most mics in Hollywood, and that's just my particularly personal opinion. I realize I'm also biased because I work here at Fourth Wall in North Hollywood. But I don't like the general. Like, I feel like a lot of places and a lot of mics out here are just for the fucking hang, man. And I respect the hang. Sure. I get that, but at the same time, I feel like more people that come here, more people that do a lot of mics in the Valley and maybe certain places in Hollywood are actually trying to fucking work. It's like if I just wanted to hang out, I would have stayed in my isolated scene in Dayton, which is a great hang, great fucking people. But it's like, I feel like not enough fucking people are putting in the work in certain places like that. That, and I feel, especially, I hate 3-minute mics. I have no idea how you do so many 3-minute mics.
I think I need a little bit more time than 3 minutes.
3 minutes is
like
ridiculous.
I'm not going to fucking deliver a pizza, you folks. I'm going to actually try to do material or new ideas that I'm thinking of.
Right.
I mean, I think it rolls off a lot easier for me.
Like I understand 3-minute like auditions, right?
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah,
that's
like a
fine.
showcase.
Yeah, like what I did the 3-minute audition for Flappers and stuff like that. Like I get that. Like they want your shit to be tight, laid out, concise. But you can't flush out a fucking bit in 3 minutes. At an open mic. I don't think it's fucking possible. I mean, maybe if you're a joke comic, maybe if you're a guy that's... But I'm long-winded as shit. That's why I do this podcast in general and just talk all the fucking time.
I enjoy when Joe asks me to host, and what I do is that in 5 minutes I try to figure out something that'll kind of keep some type of energy going, and it's only like maybe 5 or 10 seconds. I try not to milk the clock, so to speak, And in a way, I kind of enjoy that, man. It's like... I get to comment on something and then have fun and then bring someone else up and not necessarily focus on me, but focus on the people that are up on stage. Just kind of like, okay, here's a little push, a little laugh, okay, and then you go up and then do your stuff. And most people are actually better than me, in my opinion, man. I just do my own thing when I'm up there, and I don't. Because I keep such a clear mind now, I don't know what I'm going to do next.
That is true. You are probably one of the most spontaneous comics I see.
I meant to. Yes, there are certain core jokes that if you've seen my stuff, you kind of know where I might be going on some ideas.
Right.
But
do you think that hurts you in a lot of ways being spontaneous? Or I mean, did you?
Oh yeah, really it does hurt. It does hurt. It's a 70-30 shot against you, man. It really is. Point. Yeah.
But I mean, do you have an overall goal?
Yeah, I want to be a fucking sniper, man. Pew! I'm going to fucking get you somehow, man. I'll figure a fucking way. I'll hide in a bush. I'll fucking set a trap in a building.
Are you talking about Fortnite?
Yes,
right
now? Was I talking about Fortnite again?
All Fumagalli wants to do is play Fortnite right now. It has become your obsession. If we have any Fortnite fans out there, give us a shout. What does Bonnie say here? Bonnie says, long-winded, yes. Yes, you are. That's a good thing. I don't know. All my exes would disagree.
See, I don't have exes.
You don't have exes?
You know what? I guess I'm autistic sexually. I just, there's no girlfriends really to talk about. Yes, I have gone out with like 2 or 3 women for longer than a week. That would be basically,
So have you ever had a serious girlfriend then?
No, never.
Really? No shit.
No.
You're 47 years, never fucking...
Well, I think I've been driven in life a different way. I think that's the best way to put it. It's like I don't have time
for liberating shit in the world.
I don't have time for drama like that. I guess that's kind of where I maybe, and that's on my brain. I devoted a lot of my time to music and
cannot even
fucking
imagine.
playing video games. Yeah, Fortnite has been kind of coming in lately, but
this is new mistress. Fortnite.
Well, and that and playing pinball. I meant
this man is obsessed with pinball. I didn't realize your love for pinball went so deep.
Yes,
a deep love of pinball.
Well, it finally fucking happened when I went over to Smash Button Smash or Button Mash. I'm sorry.
Oh, Button Mash. Yeah, I heard about that place.
Yeah, that's right around the corner from the entrance of LA Dodgers off of Elysian Park, off of Sunset.
Oh, no shit.
And they have a game called Dialed In, and you can actually, they'll take pictures of you, and then you can post them on the internet too, man. So that's
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hold on, I do want to. My little brother Ryan Clyburn says Fortnite sucks. Are you? So Ryan, what are you a fan of? What are you playing now? My little brother is a badass gamer. He any knowledge I have about video games is because I've sat and watched him play games. Pretty much.
You know,
that's about it.
Okay.
Hold on. Mike Brennan wants to say, where did he get that shirt? Is there anything on the back of your shirt?
No, there ain't. No, this was a $5 shirt over at Diamond Shamrock. That's what.
No
this
shit.
was.
That's a stellar shirt.
I got this shirt, and I got the Guinness shirt. If you've
he's got a top-notch Guinness shirt.
Yes, exactly. $10, man.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, say the place one more time so that people know if they ever come here to LA. Or where is it, by the way?
Oh, okay. It's downtown 251 South Main. So it's probably. I'm trying to think of the cross. Well, obviously first, so right. It'll be 2 blocks south and then on Main, Oh. So I'm trying to think of what Main's next to. Los Angeles Street and I'm
not that familiar with downtown. Well, I've actually only been to the shadiest parts.
I mean, Alameda, 3rd and Alameda is where Bar 82 is, and that's a fucking awesome place. And you know what? Upstairs in the bowling alley, they've got some pinball games, and Metallica is one of them. So I like... they took it out of Bar 82, so if I want to play Metallica, if I want to get my Metallica fix, man, I'll go to the... Yeah, it's $1 a game, but you know what? It's pretty good. They got the Walking Dead and Game of Thrones there as well.
Oh, nice.
And then over at Bar 82, they got the Aerosmith pinball game.
Nice.
Yeah, they got the Fishtails if you guys like playing. Walking Dead is also there in Game of Thrones. And then they got the video game area.
I did not realize even that until I met you that pinball was such.
Oh, and they got the new Iron Maiden.
Mike Brennan says best pinball game ever. Addams Family. How do you feel about that?
Adam's Family. I agree. The Addams Family was a game changer because it was the most produced pinball. There hasn't been a pinball game produced more than the Addams Family.
No shit. And do you agree that it was one of the best ones?
When that game came out, it had the hand thing, and there was also another game that had like one where it would take a hand or something like Funhouse. That was like another one where they had like all these different like traps and stuff like that.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, and what was nice about Addams Family also was it had LCD, like that one in High Speed 2, the one that I used to play a lot. It had the ZZ Top Lagrange, so it had it, and it had a gear shift instead of the plunger that you would hit the ball with and stuff. So a lot of them started doing like video modes and stuff. I don't remember Addams Family having a video mode per se, but there was all the little windows that were on it that would have the Damamushka and then like the power, and that was one of the things that was really nice about that game was that it had a weird magnet that would throw the ball all over the place, almost like you had to be ready to attack it. It's like, oh shit, it's coming towards me. So that was that was and one of the new games now Dialed In. It does that same thing. It'll throw around Ghostbusters. The new Ghostbusters pinball also throws it around.
Is the new Ghostbusters one an all-female Ghostbusters?
Well, no, it's based off of the original movie, but it came out at the same time that the Ghostbuster movie that Melissa McCarthy and them came out with.
Okay. Let's see. Bobby Crooks here says best pinball ever was the one on the computer with the rocket.
Oh,
did you enjoy any electronic pinball? Or are you old school?
You know what?
You like the click and clicks?
Yeah, the one that was on Windows or whatever, the rocket one. I played that a little bit, and it had the little yellow dots and stuff. And no, I didn't quite get into that. At the Arcade Expo this year, they had a thing where it was basically almost like a VR model of you playing it.
Weird. Cool.
At the Pinball Hall of Fame in Las Vegas, they actually have a machine.
Pinball Hall of Fame. I did not know that
Pinball Hall of Fame.
I mean, of course that exists.
And you know what? Anybody that goes to Vegas, man, I encourage them to go by there. It's open for like 12 hours from like noon to midnight. So, And everybody that goes in there, the quarters that go there go to the Salvation Army there.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it's a 501c. So, I'll go there and drop like $10, man, and I'll play like Iron Maiden. I don't think they had the dialed in game, but they have a machine where you put in like 50 cents and then you have like 100 games to choose from. And I played Elvis on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because there's a arcade that's off of Santa Monica in Vermont there, the family arcade there, and they would have the Elvis one, and I really kind of enjoyed playing that one.
Oh, nice.
They had a Heartbreak Hotel, and what happened was that you'd hit it on the roof, on a ramp, and then you had to get the flippers to hit the hotel thing to open the doors, and then you get it in, and then you get a multi-ball. So you had to,
gotcha.
I mean, you actually had to have some fucking skill to fucking knock it in there.
Yeah,
it wasn't
sure.
like you could just easily do it, man.
Oh, okay. Mike Brennan says he's got to remember this place. Sounds like a must do. So tell everyone again the place that you were talking about.
The Clown Motel premiere.
Oh no, the pinball place.
The pinball place that I played, Pinball Hall of Fame. That one's off of Vegas. It's off of Maryland Parkway and Tropicana. It's like a couple blocks past that. How do you remember
this shit blows my mind.
Well, because I lived there, so I know.
That's true. You're
it's
a Vegas man.
It's right next to the border of UNLV. So that's kind of
gotcha.
Yeah. I meant to Tropicana and Maryland Parkway. There is the edge of it. They're like building this truck. Well, now I'm getting fucking boring. So, I
didn't know we had so many pinball fans that watched.
No, you know what was really nice about that area around there? I used to do comedy at a place called Freaking Frog there. Freaking Frog, and
Mike Brennan, thanks you, Mike Brennan, the best boss maybe I've ever had, other than Joe Menente, who I am just my boss now, so I'm obligated to say that. Mike Brennan, he's a badass.
Yeah.
But my little brother here, he says he's not playing anything currently right now, game-wise. He's currently patiently awaiting the new Fallout game. Did you ever play any Fallout?
You know what? I guess I've been seeing that Fallout 76 or something like that.
I watched him play a lot of the last Fallout, and it just visually fucking incredible. All that, and he says, and the Spyro remake. Did you ever play any Spyro the Dragon?
No. The way that I actually got introduced to Fortnite was that I wanted to create a platform. I wanted to create a game, and I used the Unreal Engine, and I got to a certain point where I need to actually get skeletal meshes in there and then learn kind of how to set up the arena so people can play and stuff. So I got a couple working parts that I need to get fixed, but Fortnite was one of the games, so I just started kind of playing that after a couple months. So
yeah, Fortnite, pretty incredible fucking game. But yeah, one of the last games I remember playing and really enjoying was Spyro the Dragon. Okay. It was I don't know why me and my little brother would play that game all the fucking time, and they're remaking it, remastering it, I guess, or maybe just doing a full reboot, and I'm excited for that. It may actually make me go and invest in a fucking console for myself just to play that. But I don't think I've actually played a video game in a long fucking time.
You know what? I grew up on that, man. I was fucking stealing quarters from my mom to play Pac-Man. That's how fucking yeah. And I'm sorry that I did that. I should have never fucking done. If there was a regret in life that I have, stealing quarters from my mom to play a fucking worthless game like Pac-Man. Yeah, because I didn't steal it for Donkey Kong. I stole it for Pac-Man itself. Pac-Man.
Would your karma be more cleansed if you would have done it for Donkey Kong?
I sold a silver dollar from my mom to fucking play that. That was horrible. That was probably the worst ever. I was like Dante's Inferno, man. I sunk to a new fucking low when I did that. So I understand that video games can kind of ruin people's lives and stuff. So I just, I took a step back from that. I played like Commodore games and stuff. Me and my brother used to get them from high school. Yeah. We'd trade them, because back then you had to put everything was on a 5 1/4 floppy.
And, floppy disk days.
And I want to say that the size was 64. It was like 32K on one side, 32K on the other, or whatever. And they used to have this thing called Fast Hack 'em. And what you would do is you'd put a disk in, and then it would clean it. It would wipe it. So if you wanted to copy a game on it. So they would wipe it clean, and then you would take the game, and then you would take the disc that you had from your friend, or your friend game, and then your blank disc, and then you'd copy it and stuff. So I did boring shit like that, and then but the end result was I play a lot of different games.
Hold on, we got a bunch of comments coming here. My little brother says, "Did you ever play H1Z1?" Is sick. He said it's Fortnite without buildings essentially, and then he says instead of storm, it's green swine flu gas, and there's vehicles.
Yeah,
have you ever heard of that one?
Fortnite has vehicles too, man. Yeah, I mean they have a little golf carts thing. So
I guess maybe there's more vehicles. I don't know. And then I know the biggest rivalry I've seen online, or at least between memes, is PUBG and Fortnite. And Bobby Crooks. Oh, what's up, Bobby? By the way, I know you've commented a few times, but good to hear from you, man. He said he's a PUBG guy, and it's really addicting. Did you ever experimented with any PUBG, even though you were a Fortnite man?
Well, I called up my friend from Prescott area, and I said, "Hey, let's play together as a duo." So I accepted his friend request. It took me fucking 2 months to figure out how to accept a friend request. So, and here's the other handicap when I play Fortnite. I play with touchpad. I don't use a mouse. So whenever I'm going around and stuff, I'm using my finger to kind of move the monitor around as I'm shooting at people. And luckily, I got a kill today, man. I was very happy. You got a kill today?
Oh, hit him! Give me right there. Give me right there.
It was. I think it was down to like 4 or 3 people. I go into if you're familiar with Fortnite, there's a lake called Loot Lake, and on one side there's like an RV, a couple RV thing that looks like a little campground. Well, I see the guy, and he's headed that way. So I go over there because it's just right there on the storm, or right on the border.
Right.
And what happens is the guy threw a couple clingers at me. Yeah, but I saw him. Yeah, it's a plunger with a grenade on it. And if you can actually throw it. So the guy was trying to hit me on it. And if he would have taken a lot of health or even killed me.
Right.
I think I had 100 at that point. And what happened was that so he throws them, and then what happens is that I see him, and then I think I had a SMG, and then I just submachine gun it.
And then he was out.
Yeah, I took him out. I was like, yes, I got him because I was close enough. I was probably like from here to the glass door up front. So that was how close it was. So I got that.
Congrats on your kill, my friend.
Yeah, and then obviously I died, but this is how I died. So. So there's a huge mountain. There was I get myself to where I get myself up there, and then there's a launch pad. I jump off of that because the storm is coming.
Yeah.
I lose a little bit of health from the storm, but I get over there, and then I had a trap. I set it. That didn't do no good. And then I go outside, and I have the Gatling gun.
Oh, nice.
It takes like a second to like work up, and then I did it. And then what happened was that I shoot at him, and then I'm like looking around, nothing happens. And then he's behind me. He jumps down from the top of the roof and then blows me away with a shotgun. I was like, and that was it. Yeah, game over.
Fucking got you, dude.
I was a complete idiot. Yeah, I played like an idiot, everyone. I should have stayed over by the trap that I set downstairs and then say, okay, come and get me. But I was being an idiot.
So it's all good. It happens sometimes. Yeah. Also, Bonnie comments. She says, "I'm old." She still likes Leisure Suit Larry. I've never heard of Leisure Suit Larry.
I remember Leisure Suit Larry. I never played that. That came out, I think, right as I was finishing high school. By then, my mom kicked me out, so I wasn't playing Commodore. I was trying to figure out life at that point.
Quarter thieving you did.
So I didn't start playing video games again until like maybe '94.
She also says, and Doom, and Doom is the very first video game I ever played.
Yeah, Doom I did play.
Fucking ass. Yeah. I never played the remake that they most recently did, but it looked visually
IDKFA, babe. Yeah. When you put in that, it was like God mode and stuff like that.
Bonnie, do you play Fortnite sometimes? She says she's terrible at it. My grandson kicks my behind in it. We got a lady playing some Fortnite right here. That's fucking fantastic to hear. Yeah. And then also Joe Menente, a little comment here. Great sounding voices you guys have. Well, thank you. You're listening to WKBW.
This is NPR.
Yeah, you do have you would have a top-notch NPR voice, but your voice is so soothing. I feel like I would fall asleep while driving if I was listening. You do have that that gravelly comment. Bobby Crook says the remake of Doom is fun. Did you ever rock any Doom? Did you play that?
Well, yeah. The games that I played was with Commodore was what is it? Castle Wolfenstein, Beyond Castle Wolfenstein.
Castle Wolf,
yeah.
I
played the original one. Yeah, I played the original one where you throw the grenade at Hitler, and then the second one is that you leave a bomb. You leave a bomb at like the meeting, kind of like the Downfall Hitler kind of thing. If you know that bunker, when he goes all nuts and stuff, you leave like you got 999 seconds to get back to where you originally started. I mean. Yeah. What Fortnite is very similar to that game in the sense that when you die, it took like fucking 2 or 3 minutes to reload again. So it wasn't like something that would be game over. You can start again.
Right, instant respawn. It took forever.
And by the time that Doom came out, and that was like 3.1, so it went from like being 64K to now you had like a couple of megs that you can run a game off of where you had better graphics.
Oh, nice.
So like Doom and Myst and Rise of the Triad. I fucking loved Rise of the Triad, man. That was the game that I played. Rise of the Triad.
I've never even heard that one.
Yeah, it was 6 or 7 levels. They probably had a lot more, but the thing was that you started off at a certain point, and depending on the level that you were at, there was all the guards, and then they had like secondary ones, and then they had ones that would throw like grenades at you. Right. And they had like a bulletproof vest on, and you'd have to shoot them for like 15 seconds straight to kill one of them. So as soon as you saw one, you had to really kind of get yourself in position to nail them. Right. And they actually had God mode. They had one called Mushroom. And when you would do it, everything would just turn all psychedelic. Nice. Yeah. So I mean, there was some benefits with it. It was
what chicken mode is in Doom.
There was.
I don't remember that one. I do remember God mode.
Yeah.
I remember actually my little brother posted Doom with The Rock. I forgot that they fucking made a Doom movie. With The Rock, and the only redeeming quality of that entire fucking movie is the POV fucking God mode at the very end, where you just everything's gold and he's just fucking shit up. That was the only redeeming quality of that movie. But I don't know what chicken mode is. What happened in chicken mode?
Well, I meant to, just like the mushroom mode. It was just like a different mode that you went into, and I'm trying to remember.
What did chickens have to do? Hold on, let's. I'm gonna, if you can remember, tell us. But I'm gonna Google.
I meant the nice thing with that also was that you can save your spot at a certain point. They had different like types of things that could they had like the fire that would shoo. They had the tall. They had like maybe 6'7" things, and it looked like blades that would roll around and stuff, and they had a toxic plume area. I'm boring you with fucking games that nobody's ever gonna fucking play. So, but I enjoyed Rise of the Triad. I guess when the newer operating system came out, like 8 or something, the latest version that worked off of XP doesn't work on that. So, kind of sucks, man. I'd like to play it again. I'll try to find a MAME or emulator that I can use. Another game that I like playing wasn't Super Mario Brothers, but Mario Brothers, the original one with the pipe.
The OG Mario Brothers. That I've actually I got really into with my ex Mario Kart. I love me some Mario Kart. I don't know if you ever gotten into any of the newer, like the Wii U and Wii.
I tried playing Nintendo. Sonic for a little bit, man, and I couldn't get into it.
Action.
See, now way back when, I actually played the Coleco stuff when they'd have like the Sega, like the Grand Prix driving. They had the 2 different Grand Prix. There's the one where it was the small like cart type, and then they had the one where you would go around the big oil barrel thing, the different stages on that, man. We'd play that. I meant when I was a kid, man, we fucking played just that one game. We'd play it like fucking an hour or something, just doing the same thing because we already knew the game. Right. So you learn how to crack games. I did that. I cracked Galaga when I was like 13 or whatever.
What happens
got over a
crack games? Like, what do you do?
With Galaga, the one is that if you leave the 2 blue ones on the side on the first stage, for 10 minutes, they'll fly around. And then what happens is that they have bullets. They'll be over on this side, but the bullet will come out on this side. And after about the fourth one, they stop doing it. So then the rest of the game, they stop firing.
Oh, okay.
And then so, you'd get like double ship and stuff. And then you just had to know the pattern. And there's a certain pattern. Every level,
does pole position mean anything to you?
Yeah, I played the Atari's pole position. Yeah, I remember that. That was like 82.
82.
When that came out. Yeah, it was like that one and Kangaroo.
Oh, wow, this is way out of my wheelhouse here.
Yeah, what else was really popular? Dig Dug.
Old
Dig
school
Dug
shit.
was big. Yeah, I mean, Donkey Kong was all right. Tron, the movie Tron, when that came out, they had the game that came out.
I never played the Tron game. Was the Tron game even, was it just motorcycle like in the...
Well, you know what? When you played a game, it would start out basic, and then you had 4 different things, and one of them was the MCP cone, and beep, 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 and you get yourself to the top. There was the spiders one, there was the motorcycle one, and then there was the tank. And you did those, and each level that you went up, it was actually a programming language. I think the next one is like COBOL, and then the next level, if you completed all 4, was RPG and stuff. So, they were kind of that was probably the programmer's idea,
Right.
And that movie was pretty nice. I actually saw that when I was a kid, man. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
That probably inspired me to be a programmer, that you can actually manipulate things to do, certain things. And
I know you work in a tech field now. Do you do any sort of programming and stuff like that?
No, I'm not touching that, man. It's already their product is pretty much finished. They're just kind of doing modifications as time goes on. Yeah.
Gotcha. Man.
I played those types of games. I enjoyed them. I guess I enjoyed Fortnite because it's just kind of goofy. Right. I mean, one of the things I want to point out is one of the latest weapons they have is called this Klinger.
In Fortnite?
Well, what it is that, let's say like you need to get up a side of a mountain. You can use this item to basically attach you, kind of like a rappel thing. So if you want to bring something close to you, you can. Like if another person is fighting you and you want to bring them close so you can nail them up close, you can use it that way. I've been using it to get up the sides of mountains. I used it a couple of times. Yeah,
grappling hook style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of
Batman, like old school Batman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they just introduced this weapon like today. I guess early last night, man. I was trying to listen to your podcast, man. I listened to it. I guess with your dad on it.
Yeah, I had good old Ron Clyburn. Talked to him for a little while, and also let's see. Chris Corbin says Travis, grown folk is talking. I'm guessing they just want to talk to you for another hour about video games and whatnot. I'm sorry that I don't know what the fuck most of you guys are talking about. But then Mike Brennan says I'm about to pull out the old Atari 600, and then Chris, of course, is Tron.
Wait, I remember the Atari, the 800. But I think they might have had even like a 1200 or something. Yeah, they had like different series and stuff. Right. The nice thing with that one was that that quality was much better than the basic Atari. So it was actually a computer, and back then, it was basically you only had like maybe 64K worth of. You couldn't fucking do shit with it. You needed a disc. You needed a disc drive, and that's what everybody sold, man. That's how come the machines were like fucking $1,000, man. My mom put down like $1,500 so we could play fucking video games for like 2 or 3 years before she threw me out in high school. So,
damn. I'm glad you got chucked at all that quarter thieving, dude.
Yeah.
That actually, what's the name of the guy that owns Bill Gates.
Yeah.
How did I not think of that? Bill Gates actually said, we will never need more than 512 megabytes of running RAM.
Yeah. Bill Gates can say whatever he wants because that was on the Commodore 64. When you turn it on, it says 1977 Microsoft Corporation on all Commodore 64.
Well, I mean, he thought this back in, obviously, I believe, the early 80s and stuff.
Well, yeah, that was what the Pirates of the Silicon Valley was that you sold the software inside. That was the game changer, you know. Both him and Jobs, they took stuff from Xerox was the one that actually had the mouse, and then the movie they explained, they said, why are you wasting your time with that, man?
Yeah.
And then you see like companies implode on themselves. Like NCR was like a huge machine company. Yeah, they just started fucking bad management. Fucking Circuit City, man, was great until they decided not to pay their salespeople, the people that fucking sell their product.
Oh, what did they take away like their commission and stuff like that?
Well, they basically said, yeah, you know, we have a different pay structure, and so people walked across the street to Best Buy. You know,
what are you gonna do? I remember Circuit City in its end days. It got really sad. Yeah, actually, like it became a place. of like,
Radio Shack. It was sad too, man. You know?
Yeah, Radio Shack hung on like a motherfucker. Like it really tried to hold on.
Well, they needed to close a lot more stores, but their creditors wouldn't, and so it really kind of fucked them over that way. That was really kind of what I interpret as to how come they needed to close. They needed to close like more than half their stores, but they were only allowed to do like maybe a quarter of that. So it was really? So because of that, their costs were still going on as their debts mounted, man, and then finally just. Yeah.
True, and there was too many other amazing places to get electronics for much cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Couldn't fucking compete. Oh, but NCR headquarters was in Dayton. No shit. Where was it at? In Dayton, Dayton, Ohio, where I'm from, obviously. Yeah. And Chris still lives. That is fucking.
Man, crazy. I've totally gone like a NPR voice now, man. It's like, you know, talking about like the business.
We're gonna do some macrame.
Yeah, don't buy any stocks from me, man. So.
That's just good advice.
Yeah.
All right, we are getting towards the end of the podcast. I know that the nostalgia's kicking in deep for Mike Brennan and Chris Corwin.
I want to talk about everything but comedy, man. That's what's fun.
I'm pretty over. Like we touched on it in the beginning, but honestly, like doing this and making this the After Hour podcast, I just wanted to talk about.
This is my once-a-year interview. That's really what it is. I mean, I did once last year with Rob Banks, so it's not like I go out and I do
we're going to
this
have to have you on more often for all my late night folks here. Next Thursday.
Yeah, well, I know that Joe, did the stuff.
No shit. Look at this. We're getting a whole bunch of people. Bonnie worked at NCR when it was in Dayton, and it was by Edwin C. Moses over by Carillon Park. No shit. I'm not learning all these things.
Yeah, I'm sorry I bored the fuck out of her.
Oh, yeah, it was in Miamisburg. Gaber's mom worked it. I had no fucking idea. What up, Ethan Lesh? Good to fucking hear from you.
See, that's what I like. It's live and local.
Yeah, it is.
Good morning, Dayton.
I love that I actually get to be in touch.
Tell me about Dayton. I mean, I'm now that
tell you about Dayton.
Well, I meant how big is it? Like 250,000, 500,000?
I wouldn't even. I mean, it's got to be at least 500,000. I mean, I think, right? Maybe 200.
What's the tallest building? Is it like 20 stories?
Tallest building is the U.S. Bank building. Or maybe it's the Key Bank building, or is it the U.S. Bank building? I can't remember to save my life. It's the Kettering Tower is what it used to be, but then it got bought by a bank. And then again, I haven't been there in almost 2 years, so maybe it's changed again.
How big? How tall is it? Like 14, 15 stories, 20 stories?
Maybe 25, something like that. Maybe even 25? 30. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
It is the Key Bank building now. Okay, thank you, Ethan. Yeah. I think the Key Bank is pretty much just a Midwestern bank. They don't exist out here or even on the East Coast. It's a very small town or small city bank. Dayton is a weird, really the only place in as far as down. Dayton population 140,000.
Wow, holy shit!
That's it. Goddamn, I didn't know it was
140,000.
I've been giving it way more.
That reminds me of Las Cruces, right next to El Paso, Las Cruces, New Mexico, which is pretty much the second biggest town. Or biggest city in New Mexico. Albuquerque is number one, and then Las Cruces.
Dayton is the smallest city people have heard of, in my opinion, as far as Ohio goes. Because like most people have heard of Dayton, or at least know. Maybe it's because 70 and 70, or 75 and 70 cross. We actually have our own fantastic FBI headquarters because of all the drug trafficking that goes through there.
Well, I grew up in El Paso. I meant drug trafficking.
Oh, you know about it, fucking drug trafficking.
You know what?
El Paso, Texas. God
back in the 80s, man, there was a stash house that was there. One of the things I remember was that, they truck in the stuff and then they kind of keep everything quiet and discreet and stuff, and they busted it. Eventually, they caught up to them. And
sixth largest city in Ohio, according to Chris Corwin. That's not saying much.
Yeah. Well, I meant with the El Paso being a border town. Yeah, the CIA was there, the FBI.
Oh yeah, I mean, you guys had cartel. I remember you telling me some crazy ass stories about the cartel.
Well, they had the Juarez cartel there, and one of the things was that one of the brothers from the cartel died. He was trying to get plastic surgery done on him. And
to like change his face so he can be identified?
Exactly, man. Christ. And they were doing that, and then he wound up dying, man. Something went wrong. You know?
No shit.
Yeah. Cereso Prison. Okay, yeah. What's the guy's name from the Sinaloa cartel that everybody was going after? The one that escaped, you know, when they dug the tunnel and stuff.
We did invent the plane.
Yeah. Well, what happened was that Cereso Prison had so many tunnels in it, man, that their prison there was corrupt. That actually happened like in the early 90s. They finally broke it open. There was like the prison people were getting bribed there in Juarez, and then the prisoners would go out and they do stuff, and you know, everything was kind of hush hush for a while, and then it fucking blew open. San Diego, man, they had a tunnel that they would dig 90 feet underground and then like 200 feet, 300 across.
Is that pre?
That was National City.
El Chapo days? I know El Chapo was a
Chapo Guzman. Yeah, Chapo Guzman had that thing where he escaped and stuff.
Right.
And they had.
Chapo.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a lot of different tunnels and stuff. Cereso Prison had tunnels. I mean, you know, that's kind of synonymous with Mexico. I mean, I've gone over to Mexico a lot. I really have. I've probably been over there 40, 50 times.
I've never been. I've always wanted.
You should go there. You know what? I guess the thing is that you know, speak Spanish. You got to speak Spanish if you're over there. But what's really nice is that most of the time I go over there, I go over to like Del Rio, the liquor stores, and then we'd pick up liquor and then we'd smuggle it over. That was basically, that's what I did. I mean, you know, that's what I did. In high school, that's what we would do is on the weekends.
You could be really young and buy liquor in Mexico, right?
Yeah. They don't card you. You get the money, you get it. I meant, so in high school, man, I'd go over to the Juarez and we'd party and you know, bring bottles over and stuff. So I did that, you know, probably about like 4 or 5 times.
Well, that's awesome. You know? Man. I mean, it's very illegal, but very awesome.
Yes, yeah. You know, this is back in a time that when they did it, when the Border Patrol, and they caught us one time, he says, well, you got to pour it out. Yeah, that was basically it. It's like, dude, we're not going to sit here and go through bureaucracy bullcrap. Here, just pour it fucking out. And yeah, there's 3 bottles, there's 2 adults. You do the math. There's only going to be 2, you know, so.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to like take a swig and stuff.
Like Brennan says, Travis is going to fist a mule. I'm guessing he means. Do you mean mule as in like an actual?
You know, I never seen the donkey shows there, man.
Never seen a donkey show? I assumed of all people you would have been a man who have seen a donkey show.
You know, I guess that didn't really appeal to me, but I did go over there and
not, but I mean, pure curiosity killed the cat kind of situation. I'd imagine I'd go give it a go. Yeah. Were you ever invited to one?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I just, you know, usually when I went over the wars, I'd actually go by myself. People were like, oh, you're crazy. You'll get kidnapped and stuff. There was one time I got pulled over by the police and they wanted a bribe, and then I had Amway at the time. So I scared them off. You know, it's like, hey, take a look at my Amway products. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So, okay.
Yeah, I've been over there for a quinceañera. I've been over there for, what is it, for 2 weddings. Their receptions were over there, man.
Oh, nice.
I've been to... The cool thing over there was Campestre Golf Club, that you'd actually have a caddy.
No shit.
Yeah, I always wanted to play golf there, man, because you actually got a caddy that you would actually have to tip, so they'd carry your bag with you and stuff.
Dope.
Yeah. So there, I got my, you know, I went over there for the dentist. I didn't like buy steroids and stuff, but if people were into that, that's one of the things that was happening when I was in high school.
Now I know where to go get my steroids.
Yes,
I do know pretty much. There's no such thing as prescriptions down there. I know in Tijuana, a lot of people like to smuggle all kinds of fucking pain pills and whatnot. Yeah, and then also like, you know, and then Chris puts. I go to Mexico for the cheap health care now. And yeah, honestly, God, I may have to go to a Mexican dentist pretty soon because I got a cavity in one of my teeth. And
yeah,
Joe Manente was like, I know a Russian guy, $90, he'll do whatever you need to do. And I was like, I might be better off going to fucking Mexico.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. But I mean, that is sad that is a particular situation we're all in. Because...
I mainly went over to Mexico to party and stuff, and during my 20s and stuff, my late teens, 20s,
you know,
exactly, man. Yeah,
all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, so I had an exciting time there, and pretty much about the time that I stopped going over there was when the real huge cartel killing started happening, man. I probably the last time I stepped foot in Mexico was like probably November of 2007.
No shit.
Yeah, I went over there, hooked up with the chick, and then came back.
Nice. Was it just a native?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome, man. I like going over there. I'd get like a couple of street tacos and stuff, like stuff that happens here where everybody goes street tacos. That's how it is over there, man. Right. It was a foreign concept to me that at 3 a.m. you could get tacos someplace.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Yeah, like 25 years ago, I was doing that, and it was kind of like, wow, this is really weird. But you know what? The food's good, and I'm drunk, so
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Bonnie, thank you for 3:38. I don't know why you're up so late. Good Lord. Yeah. At least in Dayton. Peace out, Bonnie. Thank you for watching the podcast. But actually, guys, we're going to wrap it up here.
Yeah, I enjoyed this 1
hour. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, man.
Was it really an hour?
So much. We're at 58:49 live on Facebook, but on the other 2 sites, we were probably right at an hour.
Okay.
And then, of course, I'm sure I'll have you back on next week, man, if you want to come, and we can get nostalgic with all these beautiful motherfuckers.
Yeah, anything spontaneous, you know me.
Yeah, and then we'll go down. We can talk more about Dayton, and of course, you got some pretty epic El Paso stories that I really want to get into, but we really don't have time for now.
Okay.
You'll have to tell us more about that.
Sure.
I know you got some crazy cartel stories, so I look forward to that next week.
Well, I wasn't part of the cartel.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, 2 nights in a row. Fuck yeah, Mike Brennan's gonna watch tomorrow. Tomorrow I may have another guest. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Come back home and catch up. Ethan, I'm sure I'll be home when
thanks,
I have
Thanks for letting me entertain you all, man. I appreciate it.
And Chris, thank you so much for being on. And guys, shout out to Chris, Bonnie, Mike Brennan, and even Ethan Lash for chiming in, and my little brother Ryan Clyburn. Thank you so much. Keep fucking being an Air Forceman an airman and whatnot. All right, I love you guys. Have a good night. Save that right there. You can go rewatch this fucking thing if you want. We're still live on all the other platforms. Oh my God. All right, for Periscope, Twitch, and YouTube, you all are beautiful. Thank you so much. Chris Fumagalli is here. He's a bad motherfucker. I'm Travis Clyburn. As always, Fourth Wall After Hours podcast.